Good day to you, dear learners and viewers. Hope you are hale and hearty. Today I shall talk about folk music. In fact, this is an excerpt on Bengali folk music written by late Mridul Kanti Chakraborty, who was an expert in music and also sang baul song. And this topic has been taken from your textbook. You will get it in Unit 14, Lesson 2. But if you have a copy of new edition, you will get it Unit 13, Lesson 2. Okay, dear learners, now let me talk about music. What is music? Any mode or form created by the combination of tune, voice and dance may be described as music. Now, if I ask, then what is folk music? Okay, the combination of folk song, folk dance and folk tune may be called folk music. For example, baul songs are a combination of tune, music and dance. So, we can say folk music consists of songs and music of a community that are uninfluenced by any sophisticated musical rules or any standard music styles. Folk music may be described as that type of ancient music which springs from the heart of a community. That means that is originated from the heart of a community based on their natural style and expression. It is spontaneous, uninfluenced by the rules of classical music and modern popular songs. Okay, now dear learners, let me tell you the characteristics of folk music. Folk music is composed by rural folk on the basis of ancient rules transmitted orally. That means the rules of this song, there is no written form in it. It is transmitted from one generation to another, and that is orally, it transmitted orally. The ancient rules of music have not been influenced by classical or modern music. These songs are not at all influenced by modern song or classical song or music. Folk song may be sung in groups or individually. Okay, it can be sung in chorus or individually. No regular practice is required for folk music. For folk music, you need not practice severely like classical music. You need no regular practice for it. It is composed and performed by illiterate or semi-literate people. Very often we find that it is written by illiterate or semi-literate person. I mean, this person, they are of course educated, we can say, in the true sense of term, but they may not have any academic certificate from school, college or universities. It is spontaneous expression in easy language, local dialect and simple tune. Okay, the expression is natural and the language is very easy, but sometimes you may find local dialect and the tune is really very simple. Both words and tune are appealing, though the words and tune are simple, but they are attractive, they are appealing, they are heart touching. Despite its universal appeal, it uses local dialect. Yes, as I mentioned before, in folk music we find local dialect. It depends upon nature and the rural environment. Okay, folk music, that means nature, and rural, that means regional environment, tremendously affects folk song. It is an explicit manifestation of joy and sorrows of daily life. Okay, in folk music we find direct expression, direct manifestation of our day-to-day life joy and sorrows. It uses simple and natural rhythm. Folk music always uses simple and natural rhythm. So you need not severe practice, you need not regular practice to sing this type of song. It contains a strong emotive expression of human love and separation. This is very, very important. This song expresses strong emotional expression of human love and separation. Now, you see, Bangladesh has a heritage of rich folk music which includes both religious and secular song. Yes, Bangladesh is rich. Bangladesh has a rich heritage of folk music, and folk music includes religious and secular, that means non-spiritual songs. Here folk music has a great variety. It has great variety, with song being composed on the culture, festivals, views of life, natural beauty, rivers and rural and riverine life. That means folk music is composed on culture. Okay, Bangladesh is rich in cultural heritage, and that's why folk music is composed on culture and festivals. For example, say Eid, Durga Puja, Pohela Boishakh. Okay, views of life. It is also composed on the basis on views of life. For example, the lifestyle of the boatman, the lifestyle of the rickshaw puller, the lifestyle of the farmer, the lifestyle of the carter. Okay, natural beauty. You know, Bangladesh is called the darling child of nature. So, based on this natural beauty, folk music is also composed. Rivers and rural or riverine life. These songs are also about social inequality. In folk music, we find the emotive expression of the inequality that prevails in our society, and poverty, about the material world, the supernatural. Sometimes we find supernatural description in this type of folk music. For example, in folk music, we also find the description of a legendary figure, say Khan Jahan Ali, Ghazi Pir, or Bikramaditya, etc. Mystical songs have been composed using metaphors of rivers and boats. Okay, mystical songs. In this type of song, the singer or the composer tries to communicate with God. He or she wants to be united with God. That is mystical songs. And using metaphor or rivers and boats. And you see sometimes the boatman, being very tired, tries to sing in Bangla, Mon Majhi tor boitha nere ami ar baite parlam na. Here the boatman is trying to communicate with God. That means he is unable to propel his boat by drawing his oar. Okay, or he can't row his boat anymore, and that's why he surrenders himself to God and tries to communicate with God. Since the country is basically riverine, the Bhatiyali forms an important genre of folk music. Folk music is formed and develops according to the environment. As I told you before, environment tremendously affects folk music. Okay, since it is different from one region to another, so folk music is composed on the basis of that environment. Differences in the natural environment are reflected in the people of the different regions. The dialect to vary across the different regions. As you know, that the dialect of Borishal is different from those of Chittagong or Sylhet, and that's why the folk music composed on that particular region are different from one another. Bangladeshi folk music therefore varies from region to region. Thus, there are the northern Bhavaiya, the eastern Bhatiyali, and the southwestern Baul song. The culture and the lifestyle of the different tribes have also influenced folk music. Tribes like Shantal, Garo, Hajong, Chakma, Manipuri, Tripuri, Marma, etc. You know, the culture, the tribes have their own lifestyle. Okay, and their environment is their natural their natural environment is quite different from the people who are living in the plain land. That's why the interaction with the ethnic Bengali culture and the lifestyle over the years have tremendously affect our folk music, and in fact it enriches our folk music. Folk song may be sung individually or in chorus. I also mentioned it earlier that it can be sung individually or in chorus. Folk songs are sung individually include Baul, Bhatiyali, Murshidi and Marfati. These types of song can be sung individually, but there are some songs that that must be or that should be sung in chorus. For example, Kobigan, Leto, Alkap and Gambhira. Okay, some songs are regional in character, but other are common to both Bangladesh and West Bengal. You know, there are in folk music there are some sort of songs that that are sung in Bangladesh, and there are some of the folk songs that are sung in West Bengal. Okay. Similarly, some songs belong distinctively to one religious community, Hindu or Muslims, and there are some songs that are sung by particular community. For example, Hamd, Naat, this type of songs are sung by the Muslims community, and there are some other type of folk music, say Kirtan. This is sung. These are sung by the Hindu community. Okay. Other cross religious boundaries, but there are some songs that are sung by both Hindu, Muslim, Christian or Buddhist. For example, Lalon Giti. Some songs belong exclusively to men, other to women. In folk music, there are some types of songs that are sung by men only. Okay, and there are some other types of songs that are sung by women. For example, Brotogan, Meligit, these types of songs are sung by women. But both men and women participate in roof beating songs that are sung while beating down and farming rooftops. But roof beating, these types of folk music or folk song are sung both by men and women. Now, you see different folk songs belonging to different regions of Bangladesh, so we should know it. Baul and spiritual song. These types of folk music are usually found in Birbhum and Kustia. Jarigan. This type of songs are usually found in Dhaka, Mymensingh, Sylhet, Faridpur, Murshidabad. Bhavaiya. They are usually found in Kusbihar, Rajshahi, Dinajpur, Rangpur, Pabna. Gambhira, Rajshahi and Malda. Wedding song, all religion, all the people from their respective religion, they sing this type of folk song. Roof beating song. These songs are usually sung in the northern region of Bangladesh. Now, Sarigan, the lower marshy region of Sylhet and Mymensingh. Marshy, that means boggy or soggy land, wet or swampy land. Okay, so the lower soggy, marshy or wet regions of Sylhet and Mymensingh. In this region, this type of song are sung. Bhatiyali. Nearly all regions of Bangladesh. Bhatiyali gan are found. Bhatiyali songs are found almost all the regions of Bangladesh. Pastoral song. This type of songs are normally sung in Dhaka, Mymensingh, Faridpur, Sylhet and Hobbyganj. Okay, now let's be introduced with the meaning of some important words from the text. Okay, first one, classical. Classical means traditional in style or form or based on methods developed over a long period of time and considered to be of lasting value. Now, but if I say what is classical music? Classical music relating to music of the late 18th and early 19th century, characterized by an emphasis on balance, clarity and moderation. Or we can also say it is that type of music that is considered to be the part of long, formal, traditional, to have lasting value. Now, mystical song, relating to the belief that is hidden meaning in life or that each human being can unite with God. Note, this is a very important term, a strong pattern of sound, words or musical note that is used in music, poetry and dancing. Tempo, this is also very important, a single sound at a particular level, usually in music, or we can say a short piece of writing, but in our considering our today's topic, a single sound at a particular level, usually in music, this is appropriate. Rhythm, the speed at which a piece of music is played. Riverine, relating to or found on a river or rivers or the bank of a river. And chorus, a group of performers who as a team sing or dance in a show, or we can say part of a song that is repeated several times, usually after each verse. Now, dear learners, we are almost at the end of our session, and before that we should do an exercise, and you will encounter this question in your question paper, question number 4, and this question carries 5 numbers. Okay, you see here these are the clues, and now you have to complete this, fill in the gaps, these gaps. Okay, folk music, dash of songs and music of a community. So the answer might be folk music consists of songs and music of a community that are uninfluenced by any sophisticated musical rules or any standard music style. Bangladesh has a heritage of rich folk music, which includes both religious and secular songs. Folk music can be described as that type of ancient music which springs from the heart of a community based on their natural style of expression, uninfluenced by the rules of classical music and modern popular song. Any mode of form created by the combination of tune, voice and dance may be described as music. Thus, the combination of folk song, folk dance and folk tune is called folk music. For example, baul songs are a combination of tune, music and dance. Okay, so dear learners, that is all for today. Now you need to practice it regularly, and hope you will be benefited from this lesson, from this class. So no more today. Thank you. Bye.